Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. So today I'm going to be using the Beautiful Baubles collection, and this has 2 stamp sets with it. It has a stencil, it has 2 die sets with it, one for verses and one to create the baubles and the branches, and we also have a beautiful paper pack. So for today I thought we would make something just a little bit different to a card, and we're going to create some decorations that will go on a small Christmas tree. So for this I'm going to need the stamps, the stencils and the dies and the paper pack. So in the paper pack you will get these 6 designs, but what we really need are the baubles. So this is what we're going to use, and you'll get 4 of each design in the pack. Now you're going to need 2 of each, 2 that match, because we need a back and a front to our little ornaments. So these are what I'm going to use. So there are other designs on the other sheets that you may want to use. So this is the flourish one. And this one is the same as this red one, it's just in a different colour. But whichever you decide on, you're going to need 2. Now I'm going to use a stamping platform, but you can use blocks if you prefer. And whatever I do to one sheet of paper, I'm going to do to the other. So I'm going to pick out first of all the stamps that match these designs. So that one is going to sit on there. This one will go along here. We've got that one in place. We'll have the flourish one there, and these are matching the stencils. This one can also go on there. So let's pick these up with the lid, and we're going to stamp these down again with Versamark. So you've picked the stamps up with the lid. Now before you go any further, you're going to go over this sheet with some anti-static. And then ink up your stamps with your Versamark or your embossing ink. And that anti-static will make sure that the embossing powder only fits in the areas where you've put it. So we'll press this down. Now for my design I'm going to use some gold embossing powder, and I have got some gold sparkle in the Wow powder. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to sprinkle this over my designs. See the sparkle on those. So you're going to do exactly the same with the other sheet, so that you now have 2 baubles that will match. Now for the other designs we're going to need the stencil. So for the others we can use this on this piece, and we can use this one on this one at the bottom. Now for that you're going to need your embossing ink and a finger dauber, and all you're going to do is just put your embossing ink through that stencil. Make sure you put plenty on, and again you're going to need to do 2 of them, and we'll do this one at the top. We'll line it up, put your ink on, put plenty on, and then tip the surplus back into your dish and heat these. So let's move on to some die cutting. You're going to need the little dies from the set to cut out your baubles, and again you need 2 of them. So you've embossed those, now you're going to die cut them. And then to make the tops to the baubles you're going to need, and here I've got some nice shiny gold card. So I'm going to cut 2 of these, and from some red card I'm going to cut 2 bows for each bauble that I want to use. So once you have your dies cut out and you have 2 of these, so you need 1 of these for each top and a bow to go on top of it. And then just around the edges I'm just going to get rid of that white where the die has probably moved slightly, and I'm just going to, with a finger dauber, I'm just going to ink those edges in, and I'm matching the ink to the paper that they're on, and that just finishes those off so that they're ready now to glue together. So now with each 2 set you're going to glue them together, and you're going to do them as neatly as you can, and should any of the white show through again, then you can always go back over that edge with your finger dauber. So we'll just glue these in place. So with the little gold top we're going to add this to the top of the bauble and add that in place, and then on the other side we're going to add the other one and we're going to marry that up. So we'll do this, we'll add that in place along there, and now we've got a little bauble fastener on each side, and we can just go around the edge and get those white pieces out of the way. So there's your first bauble done, and the last thing that we need to do is just add the little bow along there. Now I'm leaving the fastener, the little ring at the top, free, because that's where we need to put the string. Now if you look at these, if you turn that over it won't marry, so you'll need to do that the same way round. Put a little spot of glue in there and just add that in place along there. Have all these done, you're going to need some gold thread, and this is just, it's not metal thread, it's just a gold thread, and I'm going to cut a piece off, fold it in half, and I'm going to push it through the loop at the top there, open it out, pull the tails through and pull it tight, and then at the top of this I'm just going to tie a knot which will enable it to hang, and then once I've done that I can just trim off the excess, and that now will give me a little ornament that I can hang on my tree and it will look really pretty. So I'm going to do the same with the rest of them. So there we have some really pretty Christmas tree ornaments. They're decorated on both sides. They would look lost on a big tree, but not everybody has the space for a big tree. So on a tabletop or a smaller tree, these would look really pretty just hanging from the branches. So the items that I've used are the stamps and stencils and the dies from the Beautiful Baubles collection. I've made full use of the papers that are in the pack, and I've created some little ornaments to go on a small Christmas tree. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one. And why not subscribe to my channel? Click the notification bell, then you'll always be aware when I add a new video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.